Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on doing a regular return from Bless Performance. So let me go ahead and show you guys what's up here. This is the kit for regular return. This is not the Fuel Bolt Elite version. This is just the regular. This is pretty simple. It only comes with three pipes, and then these fittings right here, and the regular return. So we're gonna be putting it on installing here on Perez's truck. If you guys don't know who Perez is, he's the welding guy. He's the one who welds up all our pipes and stuff. So this is his truck. Take a look at it. It's a single cam. I think it's an 07 60, and I'm not sure. I think it's got like I think it's 4-inch lift, and it's got some nice looking wheels here. What are they? They're 35 by 13 and a half on 24-inch rims, PSI off-road. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be installing it. We're going to show you guys roughly how to install it. There's a couple videos out there that show you how to install this Bless Performance kit, but I'm just going to go ahead and do this one, see if we can get a little bit more closer detail, see how it's done. So I'm gonna try it out and see if we can get it installed, and then I'll show you guys. So we'll go ahead and get started here. What I did is I went ahead and removed the fender well right here, and you remove the up pipes, and I loosened the up pipes, took the bolts off of that. So we're gonna go ahead and start by installing the rear fittings. So the rear fittings are these right here. These ones right here. So let's go ahead and check them out. Well, actually, I haven't installed this yet, but they said to, I guess, let me see. So I guess you gotta have it loosened all the way, I think. And then we'll go ahead and install it. And then they said after you install it, you put this other pipe, and you can go ahead and turn this nut and tighten it up. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you guys once we get it done. Okay, as you can see right there, there's a fitting right there. It's installed, but I haven't tightened it yet, so that's how it looks kind of where it's at. So let's go ahead and one thing to do before you do that is when you're taking the plug off, make sure when you take the plug off, sometimes it comes like this, and the rubber gets stuck on the head. So make sure the rubber is on the plug here, or if not, then just go ahead and fish it out from out in the back. So now that we got that set up, we're gonna go ahead and go on the other side and put the other side over there. So I'll show you guys here in a little bit. We went ahead and removed the inner fender here, right here. So as you can see, there's nothing here, but you really can't see anything from here. So this is kind of going to be optional, removing this side of the fender, the driver's side, because you can't really see too much. So I'll go down here and show you guys roughly. Go check a look at it. I got the new fitting installed right here. It's right there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's a little blurry. Let's see if I can get a better angle of it. Right there, you can barely see. Can't look through it. Okay. I'm gonna slip on it. Okay, right there. That's the thing right there. So the best way to take this one off is to put the Allen wrench there. If you have someone else help you and pull down on the Allen wrench, because those things are a bear to take off the plugs. But once you take them off, it's pretty easy to install them back on. So we'll go ahead, and now that we got both of the plugs in, we're going to go ahead and install the pipes that go up. So we'll install those, and then I'll show you guys, see how they look. Okay, we got both of the pipes hooked up here. Right here, let's see. This one, the one that goes on the passenger side, is the longer one. So you hook that one up and then run it under here. If you take the turbo, okay. If you take the turbo off, it's easier to see, but you're supposed to, they said you gotta zip tie it to the IPR, so we'll run it through here and then we'll zip tie it here in a little bit. And then you're supposed to run it under the Ficum bracket, but as you can see, this Ficum does not have any brackets. It's just sitting on a pamper of cardboard. So we're gonna go ahead and take this pamper off and look for the brackets and then run it under here. So we're gonna go ahead and take this off. That's gonna make it easier to run the pipes. And then we're gonna run it over here to this side, and it goes right there. Take this bolt off right here, and then you go ahead and install the regulator right here. So we'll go ahead and run the pipes here and then show you once we got them all set up here. Now that we got the wires ran here, or not the wires but the hoses, we got them all right here. Be sure to put right here where the IPR is at, go ahead and zip tie it right there, because if you don't, the pipe is gonna touch the up pipes and it's gonna melt, and then you're gonna have a big hole and you're gonna be leaking. So do that, and then the longer one that comes from the passenger side, just make sure it comes in right here on this side of the bracket, so when you install the Ficum, it's like that. And then the one in the back, the other one, if I can get it, right there, that one just comes in through the back, so it's not in the way of the Ficum. I think maybe it goes on the other side, but we'll see right now when we install the Ficum. I think it might have to go on the other side of this heater hose, but I'm not sure yet. It might actually be good right there. And then we'll go ahead and install the hoses and put them right there. So I think we'll just adjust them to wherever you want it to be and go ahead and tighten them. So we're going to go ahead and tighten them here. I think these are 19s, and the ones in the back are 19s also, and then the little nut for the little 90 is 18. So you can, if you don't have a big one, you can probably use a small one. Just cut it an 18, and it's shorter, so it's easier to move around and tighten the jam nut. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Put the Ficum back on here, and then we'll go on to the next step once we finish doing that. Now that we got all the lines ran here and tightened, our next thing we're gonna do is install the other pipe that runs from here to down here somewhere. I think right here. But first, before we do that, we're gonna go ahead and take this right here off. This is the regulator right here, the factory one. So we're gonna go ahead and take this off. We're gonna take this off, and then we're gonna go ahead and plug it right here with this plug right here. Right here. This comes in the kit. So we're gonna go ahead and just take that off right there, and then stick that in there, and then plug it in, and then that should be good for this. And then this pipe, we can get rid of it, or we could just leave it there if we can't take it out, but we're gonna try to take it off, and then I'll show you guys once we get that off. Then we'll put this other pipe right here. Right here. This is the one that goes right there. Goes right there, and then from there it runs down here. So I'll show you guys that here in a little bit. We ran into a little problem here when putting in the plug right here, this plug into the port right here. It does not fit because we have a blue spring kit. This is like a sinister blue spring kit. I'm not sure what it is. It's a sinister regulator. It's a little upgrade, and the port right here is smaller. So what we're gonna have to do is take this one off and put just a factory one. So we're gonna go ahead and look for a factory one, and then take this one off, and then it should fit. So if you have this, it's not gonna fit. So before you do it, make sure you have the factory one, and then it should be big enough because the hole is smaller on this one. So we'll go ahead and look for one and swap it out. Okay, we got the regulator housing swapped out and put the stock one on, and then if you can see, we got the plug-in. So we're good here. And then the other thing is, you gotta take the pipe that comes up from here. You can go ahead and take it out, but in order to take it out, you have to take this ear off, and you gotta take all the pipes out over here. So it's kind of a lot of work. So instead, what I did is I just bent it in half and kept on going back and forth until you just cut it in half. So now, and it's easier to take out, so you don't have to take out the ear out. So now that got that out of the way, we just go ahead and throw it right here. And I went ahead and connected the pipe right here, the one that goes down here, and then I connected the fitting, the quick connect fitting that is supplied right there in the kit, and then put it on here and tightened it. And then what you do is you come down here, and then you just snap it in there, and now it's connected. So now it's all good to go. Looks like we're all ready. I think everything's set. And now that we have everything set, we're gonna go ahead and turn it on and see what PSIs we're at. And then once you turn it on, you'll see the PSIs right here. And then we're gonna adjust it to around 63. I like doing this. They say from 60 to 65, so I do around 62.5, 63. So if it's too low or too high, we're just gonna loosen this nut right here, the jam nut, and then with an Allen wrench up here, turn it till we get to our desired PSI. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you guys. Hopefully we'll be good on PSI. I'll show you once it's ready. Okay, so we got it adjusted and we maxed out the regulator, and for some reason we're only getting a little hair over 40 PSI. I'm not sure what's happening there, but that's max PSI we're getting from right there. So I guess we're gonna run it like that, and then hopefully we figure something out. If we figure something out, I'll let you guys know. If not, we're just gonna be running around a little over 40 PSI. So we'll go ahead and turn it on and see if she fires up. We went ahead and installed this glow shift gauge right here. Looks like we got about 42.5-ish PSI. Looks like that's maxed out right there. We'll go ahead and run it. See, we got 250 injectors, so we're gonna test it out and see if the new pump we installed. We also installed a 240 fast fuel system to try it out and see if it holds pressure. So we'll do a little hit right now and see if it holds up. Alright, we'll go ahead and floor it and see what she does. Not bad. Looks like we stayed around 40, so not too bad. That's good. Put down a little here, I'm not sure. We'll have to look into that. I'm not sure what's happening there, but well, it stays above 40, so that's good. Alright, so we're gonna take a look here real quick under the truck. You can see here we got this is the old pump from the factory. So what we're gonna do here real quick is we're just gonna hook up to this old pump and see if we can get more pressure. That way we could check to see maybe if it's the pump that's not providing enough pressure or what's going on there. So I'll hook it up and then we'll check to see what we got going there. Okay, we got it hooked up, and we're gonna go ahead and we just ran a wire from the plug down there from the stock fuel pump, and we're just gonna go ahead and touch it right here and then turn it on and see what she does. There we go. Whoa! Got a little bit too much PSI now. Looks like the regulator is working, so now we gotta loosen it up and readjust it. So it looks like we need to work on the pump. Something's not right with the pump, so we'll go ahead and adjust it and get back to you. Okay, I think we got it adjusted here, so I'll go ahead and give it power. Let's see if we can get it. We're shooting for around 60-ish. Right about there. So right there. So it looks like we're good. I don't know if the camera's picking it up or not, but it's yeah, that's pretty good right there. So it looks like The regular return is doing good, so the only problem was the fuel pump. So it looks like we got ourselves some work with the fast fuel system. We gotta troubleshoot something over there and figure something out over there. But looks like the best performance is good and it's ready to go. This not the one that has the delete. This is just the one you add on with the factory fuel filter. So yeah, looks like everything's good. The only thing is you have to get to put a sensor here. I don't know how you're gonna do it, but like these ones, like this is a glow shift one. It's not gonna fit because this thing is too fat and it doesn't like to go in here. It doesn't make it all the way. It just barely kisses it. So and then it hits the bottom right here. And then if you try it on this one, it's too deep, so it just barely grabs a few threads and then it just leaks. So that's the only thing you're gonna have to look if you want to get an electric sensor or something for this. You're gonna probably not gonna be able to, or have a special one. But if not, you can just get away with this. Set it to where it's at, and then just leave it, and then you can always check it right here whenever you want. So yeah, looks like that'll do it for this video, and hopefully you guys learned something here about this regular return, and then I guess that'll be it for this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.